So today we are going to learn how to make a light up card with a Mushroom House Shadow Box SVG from My3D SVG, but you can use any shadow box design that you like for this project. So the final card is going to measure 4.25 by 5.5. So in Cricut Design Space, I have shared with you two templates. A rectangular shape that measures 4 by 5.25 and a square shape that is 4 by 4. If you do not have Cricut Design Space, you can create the templates using simple shapes. What you need is two different sizes of rectangles. The first one is 4 by 5.25 and the second one is 3.52 by 4.77. Highlight them both. Align, center, slice. Remove, just toss out the inner pieces there. The second template is a square. You need a 4 by 4 and a 3.5 by 3.5. Select them both. Align, center, slice. So what we need to do with our design, we need to reduce the design to a 3.5 by 3.5 to fit our template. So let's reduce that design, 3.5. And you do need to duplicate enough of your template for each of the layer. So I'm going to show you 3 layers. So you need to duplicate one more here. So 3 layers. So the first layer, we start out with a small template. Let's ungroup the design. First layer, bring it over, highlight them both, align, center, combine, weld. Then you want to repeat that process. After that is the big layer or the bigger template. As you can see, your design is in the front. Make sure that your design is always behind the template. Once you arrange that to the back, select them both, align, horizontal, align, top, and you want it to combine and weld. There's your first template, or your first layer, I'm sorry. Let's do the second layer. Bring that together, align, center, combine, weld. Repeat that with the bigger template. Arrange the design to the back. Select them both. Align, horizontal, align, top, combine, weld. Let's do our third layer. Select them both. Align, center, combine, weld, and repeat that with the bigger template. So always pay attention to your layout, making sure that the design is always behind the template. Highlight them both, align horizontally, align top, combine, and weld. So this is how it looks like when you weld them. I'm going to show you all the layers that I did earlier. Right here, there's about 13 layers. And group that. So what you need to do when you cut this out, kind of look for a design that you will be putting the light behind. In this case, we're going to put the light behind this layer here. I believe it's layer 10. Duplicate that layer, and I will show you why after we finish this when we put the light together. So duplicate that layer and cut that so you can have an extra one. Now the duplicate layer, you don't have to cut it in that color. It can be any color. Just gonna help us use as a guide for the lighting. And what I do, I will contour out this opening piece here for layer 2, because that is where my writing or sentiment gonna go to. So hide that piece and make it more solid right there. And then I do the same for layer 3 to just make the center maybe a little bit more sturdy. Right here. So this is what I will be cutting out. So this is my final product. It's gonna look like this. So when you cut it out, this is, you're gonna have an extra piece. And again, this can be your scrap paper. Okay. All right, so let's get started on how to assemble the light. So what you need for the light is copper tape. So here's my roll of copper tape. Gonna need kind of like a flat battery or a lithium battery. I believe any size would work, maybe. I haven't tried any other size yet, but I'm pretty sure it will. Then you need LED light. Now, I purchased these from Temu. It's my first time buying it, so I wasn't sure what size that will fit the card. So I ordered a whole box that comes in different sizes, which might be useless for me because I only need a small one for the card. But let me show you here. These are pretty big. When you put this into the card, it kind of make the card bulge out a little bit compared to the small one here that I'm going to use. So this one makes it looks kind of flush in with the card better. But it comes in different shapes in here, or different sizes as well. There's a 5mm and a 3mm. So this one is a 3mm. So in order to make the card here, so I have everything all cut out and I already assembled. So I glued all the layers together, layer 1 all the way to layer 10. And as you can see on the back, I have a little vellum back here just to kind of cover this section here, because my LED is going to go here and I don't want it to see through the window. But its vellum will allow the light to shine through. And then on the last 3 layers, I glue them all together. And in this case, I kind of eliminate the last solid layer because my card is that color already. So I just kind of glue them all together. And this is the extra layer 10 that I told you to make. And so this is not in the right color that I want, but this is just a scrap paper. But you want to put layer 10 onto the last 3 layers that you have, and then the first 10 layers, glue them all together. So what we need here is your copper tape. Now the copper tape looks like this. The shiny part here is the part that actually conduct electricity. The back, if you peel the white strip off, it's adhesive, so it will stick to the card when you peel it. And so what you want to do here is kind of determine where you want the LED. So this one here, I think I want my LED to be kind of in between the 2 windows in the door right here. So kind of place here. Oh, before I do that, let me show you something. So LED, if you look at it closely, there's 2 legs. one leg is a little bit higher than the other one. So that determines the positive and negative. The taller one is positive and the shorter one is negative. And why is that important? Because if you look at your battery, there's a positive marking right here. That means the back of it is negative. Now, let me show you what happened when you place the battery between the LED legs here. So if it in the right order, it will light up. So with this, I'm just gonna place it in between, and it did not light up. So let me just turn the battery and place it again. And there you go, it lights up. So as you can see, the tall one that's positive goes onto the positive side, and the shorter one goes onto the negative side. Okay, so yes, it's good to remember, but if you don't panic, because I will show you how to make it work. So first of all, we have our LED. Kind of extend the legs out a little bit here and kind of position your LED to where you want it. And then the copper tape. So the copper tape is going to go onto each end of the leg. So first we want to start with this side here. You want to place it right beneath one side of the leg here. Now you can peel the adhesive part, the strip back there, and stick to it, but in this case I don't recommend it, because if you make mistake, you really cannot peel it back out. So I'm going to position this leg right onto the copper tape, so just one side only. Then I'm going to use Scotch tape and place it over the leg and the copper tape. You just need a small size just to hold it in place like that. And then, so our goal here is to bring the copper tape to the opening space here, because this is where our battery is going to sit. So we want to make sure that when this is in place, I want you to fold the tape away from you. Just kind of bend it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just bend it away. Press it down and hold that, and then bring it back down towards you. Kind of press it down. Now make sure that it's kind of out of the way of the shape here, the design, because if it's in the way, it's going to show through the card. So kind of make it out of the way a little bit here and measure it. So it does come all the way here, but I like to cut extra long just for in case I need to stretch it. So I'm just going to cut it right here. So we got one side of the leg with the copper tape. Now you want to repeat this on the other side of the LED leg here. So place the copper tape right below the second one here. And make sure that the copper tape is only for each leg. Is it gonna go under? There you go. Okay, so that's gonna go under there. You can stretch out the leg a little bit. Have it right there. Put the tape on. So we'll hold it down. And now we want to do the same thing. Kind of bend it away from you to fold it. Now never cut the copper tape to make it work, because if you cut it, that will not conduct electricity to the battery. And now fold it down towards you. Try not to cover the the window too much here. So be creative and do however you can to avoid covering the window, because you want the light to shine through there. So I had to bend it a couple times, away, back down, then away again, because I didn't want to cover the window. And I think that looks good. Bring it down past the space, and again, cut it. So now I have copper tape on each end. So on this, depends on where you place your marker that says press here, is where the battery is gonna go. So in this case, my marker is on towards the right. So I wanna make sure that the battery is underneath it. So it's kind of right over here. Now, one side of the copper tape need to be on the bottom of the battery, and the other side is on top of the battery. It's always the shiny part that touches the battery and touches the LED legs there. Okay, so now remember I said don't panic if you don't remember which side is positive or negative. So we're gonna test it out here. So here's our battery. Let's put it over this one. So here's the shiny part. Place it over, and let's bring this one over here. So how do we get the shiny part over here when it's like this? Well, you do the same way. You want to go ahead and fold it away, and then nope, I take that back. You want to fold it this way. There you go. Well, that's not the right position, so flip the battery because it did not light up. So I'll flip the battery there. Let's try touching it again. There you go. So now it lights up. So once you have everything in the right place that you want it, now you can actually peel off the adhesive on the back. Now remember the positions of your battery here, so that's how it goes onto the paper. So I'm gonna peel this off. And if you don't want to peel it off, it's fine. You can use a tape. And it looks like I'm having a hard time peeling it off, so in this case, I'm just gonna tape it down. Just make sure you don't put the tape over the copper part where the battery is gonna sit on, or else it will not conduct electricity. And this one I might just cut it off or tape it down here because I cannot get it to come off. I'll just put it right here, and then I'll cut it. There you go. Okay. So now we gotta figure out how to keep the battery in place. So I have a double side tape that I'm gonna cut off just a small piece, and I'm gonna put it kind of on the side. You don't want it right in the center because this is where it's gonna touch the copper tape. You don't want any barrier to prevent the conduction. So I just put the double side tape on the side there and place it down where it touches the cardstock. It's gonna stay. Okay. Now this part, you don't want to have it touch the battery at all time, because you want to be able to push it down and have it light up each time. But I will place small tape here so it will hold this one in place. So it's easier to assemble it this way, the bottom, and then you can place the top one on, because you know that the back of the top layer matches this bottom because we already lined everything up. Now just kind of put this one right over it, lay it down, position it to make sure it lines up before you glue. Make sure everything is okay. Now, it's not okay because if you look at it closely, I can see the copper tape right back there, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna have to adjust this, move it in a little bit, and then I think it shows through there too. So I'm gonna have to fold this one up this way. And I'll just tape it down. Okay, let's test it out again. Line them up. Okay, I think it looks good. Since I'm putting pressure on it, it lights up. Okay, so I think it worked. So what we can do, you can peel this off, and when you place this on, this part here will stick to the top. Or what I do, I'm just gonna dab a little tiny glue onto the back of that. I don't want it too much. And then let's place this one right on top. Let's make sure there it looks good. Okay, I think it works, so I'm just gonna glue it down now. Can't really see the light because my light is really bright. So let me turn it off. Well, you see there's a problem here, as you can see, because it's light up all the time, which tells me that the copper tape is constantly touching the battery. So in this case, we'll have to, because I just stick the glue on, it should come off easily. And that's the nice thing about art glitter glue. If you peel it off immediately, it should be fine. Okay. So why is that stick on all the time? Try again here. There you go. Okay. So sometimes you have to kind of play around with it a little bit. It's trial and error, but it will work. Just keep on trying it. There you go. Yeah. So the idea is to make sure that the top copper tape doesn't stay in contact with the battery at all time. So give a little tiny space there. There it is. I hope you guys enjoy the video and hope to see if you guys are able to make this. But have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Enjoy.